Hello my dear students. Today we are going to see Social Science class 4th lesson number 4, the Western Desert. In previous lessons we have seen about the northern mountains, the northern and coastal plains of India. Now the next physical feature which we are going to see is the desert, the Western Desert of India. Before starting the lesson, we must know what is a desert. So desert is a large area actually covered with sand that is very hot and having very little water and very few plants on it. This type of area is called as a desert. The desert in India is called as Western Desert because it lies towards the west side of India. The land towards the west of the Aravalli Hills in Rajasthan is rocky and sandy. Let's see the location of the Western Desert. This is the Great Indian Desert, also known as Thar Desert. It stretches from Rann of Kutch in Gujarat through Rajasthan to the borders of Haryana. Let's see in the map. The area indicated with red color shows the location of the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert or the Western Desert. Yes, it is known by three names: the Western Desert, the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. Okay, now let's see about the land found in the Western Desert. The Thar Desert is covered with a thick sheet of loose sand. At some places there are small hills of sand. They are called as sand dunes. Sometimes strong winds which blow here carry a large amount of sand with them. They can shift the sand dunes from one place to another place. Let's see one important and interesting fact over here. Sand dunes are also found on Mars. Wind can shift these sand dunes like the ones found on the Earth's desert. Is it interesting? Yes. Let's continue the lesson. There are very few streams in the Thar Desert. They mostly remain dry. Luni is the most important river in the Thar Desert. At some places you will find the Oasis. You can see here in the picture. This is the picture of Oasis. What is Oasis? A fertile spot in a desert where water is found is called an oasis. You can see the oasis in the second picture, and the first picture shows the sand dunes found in the Thar Desert. Many people and most villages are situated near the oasis in the desert because of sufficient water and fertile soil found near the oasis. Now let's see the climate of the Thar Desert. As it is a desert, we can understand by the name itself. The climate might be very hot and dry throughout the year. Yes, it's right. There is very little or no rainfall. In summer, days are very hot and nights are cool. In winter, days are warm and nights are very cold. Now let's see in this type of climate which type of vegetation can be found in the Thar Desert. The natural vegetation. A hot and dry climate means the mostly scattered bushes and thorny shrubs can grow here. The khejri, kikar and babul trees grown in the eastern part of the desert. You can see in the picture. Animals. Which animals are found here? Let's see. Animals found here are camels, black bucks, chinkaras and Great Indian Bustard. Now let's see about the water supply in this area. As we know, it is a desert and it always faces an acute shortage of water. So what things can be done to get the water? There is always very little water. Village women walk long distances to fetch the water. You can see in the first picture the women carrying the pots of water on their heads and walking for a long distance to get a water. The state government is trying to provide water for domestic and irrigation use. Water from river Satluj has been brought to the desert through the Indira Gandhi Canal. You can see the picture of Indira Gandhi Canal over here. What do you mean by canal? A canal is an artificial waterway that brings water from any river that might be used for domestic use or for irrigation purpose. Farmers now they are able to grow wheat, mustard and cotton because of this Indira Gandhi Canal in the desert area. Now let's see the occupation of the people in the Thar Desert. People mostly rear sheep, goat, camels and cattle. Some of them are farmers. They grow bajra, jawar, maize, sesame and groundnuts. Some people also travel from one place to another in search of food for themselves and their animals. They are called as banjaras. Here you can see the picture of banjaras going along with their luggage from one place to another place. Their life is very hard. Now let's see which type of houses are built in the Thar Desert to protect themselves from the hot and dry climate. Most houses have a flat roof and a few small windows. You can see in the first picture. The walls are thick to keep the heat out so that the houses remain cool. Some houses have underground tanks to store rainwater. You can look at the second picture. These underwater tanks are called as tankas. What are tankas? The underground tanks used to store rainwater are called tankas. Now let's see the lifestyle of the people in the Thar Desert. Women in villages wear ghagra, choli and odhni. Men wear dhoti, kurta and turban. You can see in the very first picture. The children showing the traditional dressing of Thar Desert or Rajasthan. People love to eat dal bati churma. They celebrate Gangaur and Tej. Ghumar and Kalbelia are popular folk dances. The lady dancing with the pots on the heads is the type of dance called Kalbelia, and another picture shows the Ghumar dance of Rajasthan. Now let's see the major cities or the important cities of Rajasthan or Thar Desert. Jaipur, Udaipur, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer and Bikaner are some big cities. Jaipur is also called as Pink City. Why it is called Pink City is because the buildings in the old city are built of pink sandstones. A large number of tourists from all over the world visit Rajasthan every year to see the famous monuments of Rajasthan, to also see the Thar Desert and enjoy the camel rides and other things available in the Thar Desert. People are always attracted towards the Thar Desert. Thank you.